Right, in this video I'm going to make now, I'm going to press out the sleeve and show you how I go about replacing the sleeve in this barrel. Right, that's as far as I can go. I found an old motorcycle brake pad. I think that will do. It should press out fairly easy from here. Move it out. Okay, so as I've showed you, I've pressed it out. I now have to find myself another sleeve. Hopefully it won't be too difficult. So yeah, let's see what I can dig up. If I can't find exactly the same, it's not a problem. It should be a cast iron sleeve. If I can find something a little bit bigger, I can always just stick it in my lathe and machine it down correctly, provided the inside bore is the same or smaller as well. So I'll bring you guys back once I find what I'm looking for, once I have found what I'm looking for. Okay, so as we spoke about this last time, this barrel, which is badly damaged, it's got cracks in it too, hairline cracks all over. So up to now I've been unable to find another barrel, which is exactly what I thought would be the problem. The 354's bore size is very specific to it and it only. So it's left me with a few options: either get a big solid block of cast iron, machine it from scratch. I suppose I could look on eBay or something and see if I could find something. I'll probably be able to find a whole set of barrels somewhere, but that's going to extremes, and I only do that if I really need it. But scratching at my local scrapyard, I found this. And I know you're going to say to me, well, that's not going to work. It's a cast unit. This barrel can't even push out. It's not even a pressed barrel. Well, first of all, here's the piston. It's exactly the right bore. I'll have to hone this a bit so that the piston can go a bit looser in there. So my idea is, you can see it's exactly the same. This one is 5mm shorter, which is nothing significant. It's not going to matter. What I'm going to attempt, and I don't know if it's going to work, I'm going to use a grinder, cut all the fins off, cut everything off. Then I'm going to put this on my lathe and machine it right down and see if we can machine it down to that size. I don't know if it will work, but without attempting it, we will never know. So let me give it a try. I forgot to push record, but that's the first part I cut off. Well, that's what it looks like now. So I've broken and cut enough off there. Now I'm going to make a jig, stick it on my lathe, and we machine it down from here. Right, I've fitted this onto my lathe. I made a wooden block that goes into the barrel, just as so that I can run my sensor so that the barrel can't accidentally move, especially in the beginning now with all the chipping off of the what's left of the rough parts and so on. There's going to be quite a bit of knocking and so on, so I prefer to just be true as much as possible. Right, let's see how this will work now. I'm going to leave it at that. I think that is enough. Right, I have to cut the top lip now. So let's reposition for that. The outside lip I'm doing now. $63.9 or 63.1. A little bit more. That's close enough. Well, that completes this. Well, there I can compare the two barrels next to each other. This one's, as you see, it's got those two cutouts there. That's where two studs used to run through there, but it doesn't matter. The cylinder head gasket will cover that. That's of not a problem. If I put these two on their sides, you can see how they look. As I mentioned, the old barrel, let me just actually see how much difference it is. Five and a half millimeters longer, so that's not really a problem. I was trying to wonder how this broke, because there's no damage on the motor at all. I don't see any damaged pistons or anything of such sort. And also, this being a 350cc motor, each cylinder, I mean, just to give you an idea of the piston, I mean how small these pistons are. There we go. 45 millimeter diameter pistons. They're very small. I mean, each bore is probably about 75, 80 cc. 350 divided by 4. Anyway, so it's unlikely this damage happened from a piston. Conrods and everything are fine in the spares. I don't see any damaged conrods lying around in the spares boxes I've got, so I'm not sure if it actually threw a rod. It's possible, I suppose, but also the way this cracks over here run, and these cracks were inside the actual barrel casting, so it's unlikely this would have broken if it broke outwards. I've got a feeling this barrel was dropped and it smashed inwards, which would result in the cracks over here appearing. You'll notice here the auger is a little bit thinner than this one, although on this old barrel it's a bit of an illusion. The old barrel actually tapers down. This one doesn't taper at all, but this barrel actually starts tapering from that point already. So I could take this and probably taper the last bit down to match here, but there's no need for that. I will make sure that this ridge is just not going to interfere on by the crankshaft or anything. As I mentioned, these two are the same bore. That's the old cylinder. Piston fits nicely in here. This one, piston fits in, but it pulls tight towards the skirt. So which is good anyway, because this barrel, it's so little that the honing will sort that out. There's no need to machine the inside here. As you can see, the barrel's a bit rusted anyway, so so next thing, I first want to put this barrel in my vapor blaster, get it back clean to bare metal. Then I will proceed to install this sleeve into here. Obviously I'll put the sleeve in my freezer down. The barrel I will warm up as best as I can, and they should pop straight in there. Right, I'm getting ready now to, let me turn that off. I'm getting ready now to install the barrel I made in there. I'm just using it going to warm up the barrels at the moment. The barrels at the moment standing in my freezer. It's been there for the last, well, since this morning, so a good 10 hours already. So yes, I'm going to carry on warming this up, and as soon as I'm ready I will bring you guys back. Right. Icy cold. Let's do this. Right, I've put it on my, taken it off my press. It actually came out very good. I will now have to take it into engineering shop so that I can get it skimmed there. We've got a clearance here of, it's probably about 0.2 of a millimeter, maybe a little bit more, 0.3 or so. So I need it flush like all the other ones are. Now that will not be a problem. You can see the barrels are looking quite nice too. I had them, I vapor blasted them all. It wasn't exactly easy, so if I do zoom in, you can see in there is still a little bit of paint flakes here between the fins. It's quite a tough job to vapor blast it, because you put it in the cabinet and it's quite, well, you can't exactly see what's going on when you're busy blasting in there, so you just blast and hope for the best. On the sides though, they came out a whole lot better, which is the visible part. I did concentrate mostly on the visible part. This is the back section of the barrel, so you don't even see it. There's a little bit of paint flakes in there. That stuff will probably just burn off anyway from heat. But anyway, so barrels in. I'm going to give them all a quick hone, and then I can start reassembling the bike again. Right, I'm going to give this stuff a quick hone. This and that barrel should go quite quick. Piston already fits quite nicely in them, and so forth. This one is a little bit on the tight side, so let me do the 3 quick ones. Right, I found a hone. It's a bit of a smaller hone, but let's use this one. Let's see how it goes. Right. Perfect. Look at that. This is actually slightly better quality hone, so I'm going to just hone all 3 remaining barrels as well. Alright, before I finish this video off, I went through all the pistons I've got. As you can see, I've got a lot of pistons. They're all 354 pistons. So I've matched, basically cleaned all the pistons I've got up, made them nice and clean, selected the best ones, matched them up nicely for the correct bore clearance, and then also the side there you'll see there's some rings in there. 3 rings. I've selected all the best matching rings and so on. The rings are not new, they old rings, but they're still very good condition. I had 2 complete sets of rings, 2 sets of complete rings for 354. So between the 2 sets, each piston has got 2 brand new compression rings. No, correction. Each piston has 1 brand new compression ring, and then I changed the oil rings for whichever bore they fitted best. So it's a mixture of brand new and old rings. Finding brand new rings is actually extremely difficult for these bikes. So, well, here in South Africa anyway. So anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I have to get a cylinder head gasket made for this bike. Base gasket I will make myself. Once I've got all the gaskets and everything, then we will start the reassembly. Next step will be, first though, will be the cylinder head and the tappet cover. They're both painted. I need to put some paint stripper on there, then put it in my blast cabinet, get it back to nice factory original aluminium. Valves and that will need to be lapped and so on. So I will do that all in the next video. Anyway, if you guys like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. Thumbs up costs nothing, and it's just 1 second of your life to give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel though, so please, I would really appreciate it. And if you like my content, subscribe would be appreciated too. Thanks so much.